This is Jonah Hill, and you're listening to the only podcast that matters.
Before we get gorped out, Lawrence, hit him with that good ad read. Keep these lights on.
Throwing Fits, the only podcast that matters, is sponsored by Seasons, a members-only rental service for designer menswear. James and I use Seasons. We love Seasons. We are wearing, we are swapping, we are repeating all day, every day. You've seen the fucking fit pics. James, is there anything particular that is coming up in your bag, Yoli, that you're excited about that you'd like to share with the Throw Gang?
I think that the Throw Gang should just be thankful for Seasons that I'm now being enabled to post more fit pics.
True.
You're welcome. Thank you, Seasons.
So you want to shout yourself out?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much for that. What a ringing endorsement. I personally am I am rinsing the entire Judy Turner catalog of knits. Now that I am a gorgeous wayfish twink, I'm like rediscovering my love for knitwear, cardigans, sweaters, turtlenecks, you name it. I'm wearing it. I'm probably tucking it into my pants and pissing off a lot of haters and losers out there. A lot of you fucking crybabies. But listen, man, that's called fucking self-care. That's self-love. I look fucking good. And if it wasn't for Seasons, I would have probably never, ever gotten hands-on with Judy Turner, which is just an independent, New York-based, I believe, kind of like small knitwear studio / house. And yeah, dude, I fucking love it. So shout out Seasons. Use our promo code Throwing Fits. No space. James, how do I spell that shit?
THROWINGFITS.
Throwing Fits at checkout for a 25% discount on your first order. We've said it before and we'll say it again. Seasons is the better way to be a conscientious Johns enthusiast. We use it. We love it. We couldn't recommend it more highly. Use our promo code Throwing Fits at checkout. Again, that's for 25% off your first bag. Seasons. Better way to rent, bitch.
Throw Gang, we are joined by the Don Dada of the Dead Bird, the governor of good old raisins and peanuts. He's like D.B. Cooper, out with the moolah, overlord of the outdoors, head honcho of the hiking trail, National Book Award winning author Gorp Vidal, maestro of the mountain, call him Free Gilly because he's a Gorpa whale, baron of the backcountry, Fanute the Coop King, set a course for Vancouver, Maximum Gorp, creative director of Arcturix, Cooper Gill.
Incredible.
We're going to need you to update your LinkedIn and your business card expeditiously.
Can I get the text on that, please?
I know Arc is like, into like minimalism shit, but if you want to just take that Baroque maximalist intro and just put it on your office plaque and really piss off everyone at the company, well,
it'd be perfect. It'd be perfect.
Yeah. Fuck Gucci North Face. This is the new Arc'teryx maximalism. And it is the creative director's business card, which is now a novel. Cooper, we're happy to have you, dude. The first thing that we want you to do is to creative direct a little fit check for us, where you're going to walk the audience at home through the totality of your outfit that you're wearing right now. The question for you, King, is do you want to start top down or bottom up?
Bottom up.
Sick. Okay. All right. He did his Oppo research. You love that. So what's on the feet?
Hey, just real quick. Thank you.
Oh, sure.
I don't know why anyone would ever want to listen to me or how the fuck I ended up in this seat, but
you don't need to be fake humble, dude. You're a creative director. You're not going to fool anybody,
CD.
All right. Well, on the bottom, we've got beatniks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's what is those are the tri colorway, right?
Yeah. These are the.
Is that just for just for stomping around the office? Because I know it's cold up there. No,
full comfort. Yeah, this is like a bit of a house fit-ish hybrid house fit. House fit's definitely Crocs.
Word?
Hard. Yeah. Big. We're a big Croc house for sure.
Do you have a pair of boots like by your door that you're going to change into when you go home?
No, I'll have these all day.
Okay.
I'll sandal and socket for sure. So
how does the Gorp world feel about Crocs in general? Because I feel like some people must be very anti.
It's a bit
Crocs is like a novelty footwear item.
It's funny because in the like the core, like out, like true, not like fashion Gorp set.
Right.
Crocs
the guys that hate everything.
Yeah. Right.
Get off my wave, kook.
Oh yeah. God. I teach his own, right? But like,
Yeah.
They don't fuck with Crocs.
Yeah, they're not into it.
Well, they're missing out because Crocs are fucking awesome.
It's
They're the shit.
Nothing is more comfortable. I mean, shout out Beatniks, but I mean, Crocs for the money is still the most comfortable footwear in the game.
What are the odds we see an Arc Croc collab in 2021?
I would love that.
Just like a matte black with the dead bird on the strappy.
A little skeleton Croc logo, little prehistoric.
When you're doing
Croc.
it, like when you're like backpacking or climbing or whatever, like it is like they're light, so it doesn't, like you can carry them, and then you take your boots off, your climbing shoes off, and you toss them on while you're like kicking around, and it's amazing.
making s'mores, at the fire.
Pure luxury.
Let those dogs breathe.
People are sleeping.
Yeah. What socks do we got on with the Beatniks?
Just farm to feet, just like a little wool gray.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Little rag wool sock. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just keeping it cozy. Leaf tactical AR pant. I have pockets.
Yeah. Very, very tactical.
I actually found some. Look, I just found something in a pocket.
How many pockets are on those bad boys?
Yeah. What's the count?
There's one leg. I don't know. This is probably for some type.
There's one leg.
No. Yeah, one leg has one on the leg. Another one has two on the leg with an inset. On the front, each pocket has like an inside pocket, and then there's like deep in. For like extra cyanide pills, maybe.
Yeah, you do look like an operative. You're at least your trowel right now. Your gams are very tactile and operative. Like,
Then let's see. There's 3 on each hip pocket, 2 on each leg, and then back. Are they double in the back? No, just 1 on each.
So is that 11 pockets?
It's like a Snow Peak garment almost. Like,
yeah, you're on some engineered garments tier.
Yeah. Real quick, Cooper. Are people sleeping on Leaf? You think? Because like I feel like that's you've heard about Valence for years, and obviously Arc'teryx, like the mainline shit, is having a fucking moment if it ever did going fucking nuclear. But Leaf, you don't hear mentioned as much.
Yeah, I think it depends where you like look for it. You know what I mean? Like you can find the heads like wherever. I think people are like obsessed with the wrong Leaf stuff.
Okay.
Like everyone's like, oh, the like Alpha jacket and like, like a Alpha SV in like multicam is cool. But like these pants are rad. Like these pants actually have like a baggy fit and they're like super tough. There's like a little articulation at the knee. The crotch has a big gusset in it. Like these pants are sick.
Fire. What's the model? What are they called if people want to?
The tactical AR.
Tactical AR. Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Respect. Shout out all my mall ninjas. We see you. We got you. Moving on up.
Yeah.
From the pants.
Yeah. T, just plain T. This is from Ryomishi in Japan, LDK. It's like this little funny little thing he did, pocket tee, which is cool. I try to keep like a t-shirt, always have like a bit of a t-shirt on.
Okay.
But I don't make it like.
Do you have a big collection of tees?
No, not like that. Not like a vintage thing or whatever. But like if I don't have any like plain tees.
Gotcha.
You got to put something between the nipples and the Alpha.
Yeah.
SV.
Yeah. If I'm doing outside stuff,
Can't go nips on tape seams.
Can't go nips on gore.
Right. Yeah. You gotta build up.
Yeah.
Button down, Junior comb.
Ooh.
Little camo.
There you go. Lest we forget, he is indeed a creative director, ladies and gentlemen. No, he's gonna have that comb on him. And then talk to us about this fucking Naragi. What is this, really, dude?
Flex. This is the like hard, like I'll probably take this off in a minute.
Did you wear that specifically for the pod?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, all right,
I did it to just straight ball.
Is this a Naragi?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, this is the Greater Goods.
The artist series.
Artist series, late 90s Theta. It's like into.
Wow. So sick.
This thing is really sick.
Do you wear that a lot, or is that like a little loud for your taste? Is it more of like a
no? It's not that it's not that it's loud. I just couldn't afford it. So
okay, got it.
And the shop
honesty, yeah.
But I'll typically sit. My wife was kind of making fun of me this morning. She's like, "You're gonna like wear outerwear?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I always have a jacket on at my desk. Like it's cold in the office." She's like, "All right."
Do you have to? Are you when you work at Arc'teryx? Are you allowed to wear any other outerwear brands to work?
No, I mean,
Faux pas.
I would like give someone a bit of like a maybe vintage. Like, you know what I mean? Like I have a bunch of like vintage Patagonia stuff, like just some fleeces and shit. And I'm like Monday to Friday, like hesitant on those.
Yeah, working for the weekend, flexing for the weekend with those.
So with that in mind, what's like I don't know if we're going to get to this later, James, but is there a wardrobe allowance that you get? Like when it comes to like, employee discount or even just straight up free garms?
Like an employee discount.
What's that code?
What's
that code? Can I get that code? I'll get codes for you guys. Don't worry.
Perfect.
Love that.
Yo, I just copped up the fucking Arc'teryx used gear.
Oh yeah,
like this morning.
Yeah,
sick.
People don't know about that. People talk about sleeping on different like diffusions of the brand. People don't know about that.
That shit is awesome, and like expect so much more. Like it's so cool. Like that went from like, could we do it to here's some people that could help us do it, like a third party service that kind of like makes the doing of that happen.
Right.
But
I need everyone to Google Arc'teryx used gear. Is that what it's
incredible,
right? And
then
it's just like
usedgear.arc'teryx.com.
Things that are returned to you that you repair and then everything.
Yeah,
it seems like everything.
We buy it back. So what's
buy it
sick
back.
about it?
Wow.
We buy it back. So like we'll give you 20% of the original price in a gift card. Yeah, as a credit back. So like we buy it back and then we sell it as a discount. So it's rad because like we know our price point's high, but like our biggest sustainability story is like the quality, right? And this shit lasts forever and ever. Like
Virgil Abloh, if you're listening,
this jacket's from 99 maybe or 2000, and I just like it was like raining a little bit when I was like grabbing a coffee, and like water was still beating off of it.
Incredible.
It's like, fuck.
Love a good deed.
Yeah.
So like it's cool that it's like people can get involved with the brand and get into it like way less. And
the price points are super low. That was like James sent it to me this morning when we were like doing a little pre-pro because we are professionals, and I was blown away at the prices because the shit looks fucking great, and it's a lot of like old colorways and styles that you might like. It's even more unique than the new stuff, right? It's incredible.
You could totally pull the full like, oh no, this is vintage, some shit you don't know about because there's so much shit. There's been so many colors for so many years. Like no one could ever pull your.
I got a spicy little Chipotle number.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that to hit the mailbox. A little lightweight puffer in Chipotle from 2014.
Synthetic or down?
I'll let you know.
You don't know that. You check the order confirmation, Jim.
Yeah. I'll let you know for the fit check.
And then Cooper, finally the hat. Well, not finally, because we need to talk to you about your panties and any jewelry you have about the hat.
This is Fair Ends.
Nice.
Fair Ends is dope. They're out of Missoula. Made in USA, like really great selection of little trim caps. We did this one up for Range Magazine, which my better half publishes, which is rad. If anyone's really looking for like the deepest end of like design, outdoor, Gorp, whatever you want to call it. Like that's
so this is the family that Gorps together stays together. You and your wife are both in the shit.
Yeah, need someone to keep a count on how many times we say the word Gorp.
It's going to be take a shot every time you hear the word Gorp, and then sue Arc'teryx for alcohol poisoning. But don't do that. I'm just kidding.
Oh, sue Barstool.
Yeah, sure.
Do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. What about the panties? What high tech Gorpy panties are we wearing?
What sweat wicking?
Different. It's different. We're getting into my heritage now. They're just low polo Ralph boxer briefs.
Is that the only boxer brief you'll wear, or the only undergarment? Low every day?
Pretty much. I was heavy on Muji for a while.
Right. R.I.P.
Yeah, I know.
In the States.
Yeah.
They're still here in Canada though, which is dope.
Yeah.
And then I just I think I flip back and forth.
Any jewelry? Finally, I saw the wedding ring, but outside of that, watch. Anything?
No. I have. I was heavy on a 007 Seiko for a minute.
Ooh,
but it started running too fast. So
really,
yeah.
Seikos usually keep pretty good time, but you might need to get that bad boy service.
Yeah, it just needs a little service.
Sounds like you were watching Tenet.
Yeah.
All right, Cooper.
That is complete fit check. Thank you very much, sir. Yep.
Thanks.
Right, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this podcast, which, as you know, the three main subjects of Throwing Fits, the only podcast that matters, are money,
ka-ching,
meats and cheeks,
sucking and fucking.
Most importantly, the goddamn motherfucking boys, ourselves. Jimmy, Larry. We're going to start with ourselves for a little bit and then get into the things that you do. Here's a question, and this is a real question. Is it fair to say, as many people are saying, that Throwing Fits alone made Gorp the most popular trend of 2020.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Can we get 10%?
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
I mean, okay, this is no joke.
Why not? I mean, do you have like a really abstractly worded newsletter about this?
It's called the Thursday Dumper.
It's Gorpy Virtus every week.
It's called the Thursday Dumper. Shout out the homie Jonah Weiner though for definitely doing big things with Blackbird Spy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but no joke. So we did the first annual Fitties Awards at the end of 2020, where we had the entire Throwing Fits extended universe vote on their favorites, brand, sneakers, trends. The trend that was a runaway winner. With out of the nearly 5,000 total votes was Gorp as the best trend of 2020. So I guess just our first question is, why do you think it took off so hard in 2020?
I think it's always been there. I think it just got a light shined on it, and I think it's one of the most I don't want to say effortless. That's not the right way to say it, but it's approachable, and you can you can flex a little bit if you want to, right? There's different ways into it, and there's you could be creative and go to REI and come out looking like a psychopath, or you could spend time on eBay and be just this Wikipedia talking point, or you could just be comfortable, and that's what's dope about it. And I think it lets you go and do whatever you want to do outside, right, or come and go, commute or office. All the finance bros really made it a lot easier for everyone.
Sure. Yeah. Of all those things you mentioned, where it's the flexing, the function over form, where do you fall on that spectrum? What's your kind of relationship with the Gorp, maybe aesthetic, not so much the trend as we know it right now that's going nuclear, but just kind of the overall mindset and look?
I'm a little stuck because I'm in perma-dad mode right now. My daughter's 5, so
congrats on the sex, by the way.
Yeah,
one-time sex ever.
Confirmed. So you're in dad mode, so you need the puke wicking technology.
Yeah, right. No, we're past that stage, but it's this just you kind of don't have to do much anymore, right? You just
but still look cool, because clearly that's important.
I let everyone know I hold the playground harder than anyone else.
Right. Post it up.
Yeah. But I think if I had my druthers when I have my moments, I like to mix it up a little bit, work in something that is a little inspired,
right? A little flexy
on, right? Yeah. There's a little flex, and there's definitely inspiration there.
To the audience at home, he was just popping the collar on his Junior Watanabe.
Do we see that often with because again, Arcturix is ground zero of and the best of the best. Do you see that maybe more often than you would think, where you have guys and girls mixing in shit from the streetwear world or the higher fashion world into a core Gorp aesthetic?
Yeah, definitely. I love to see it. I that's what I go looking for. I think I like seeing how people work other stuff into it. And that's something we're trying to bring to the work on my team, at least, right, of how we show up and how we style things, and really trying to change that conversation and just run. So
your team has to be fitted or they get fired.
Yeah. Drip or drown, dude.
Drown. No, my team's pretty cool, actually. Yeah. You know what I have on my team? It's so fucking crazy. It's this is, and I'm on the low, I wouldn't even call myself a metalhead, right, or anything like that. But I get it. I know who the who you're supposed to know about if you're into that shit. I have so many fucking metalheads on my team.
Really?
Yeah, that work for me. I'm in a shirt, the logo looks like it's a ball of knots and the whole shit. You guys,
and that's surprising because people think of the outdoors and serenity and finding peace versus thrashing and screaming at my parents how much I hate them.
They're deep, man. They're quasi vampires, but they go Vancouver's on the edge of the wilderness, right? This city is it until you go up over the top of the world to Russia, basically. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's just pure wilderness out the back door. And these dudes go there and do all that shit. They're just all in black.
They pass the point of no return. That's like what they do.
They're so meta. It's like a level of Gorp that hasn't actually been exposed yet.
Goth Gorp?
Yeah. Wow,
like,
dude. Health Gorp. Or what was it? Health Goth Gorp. Something like that.
Health Goth Gorp?
Yeah.
Okay, so if 2020 was kind of like where a light was shine on this already thriving subculture and kind of like the nuances between like the super techie guys, the goth guys and girls, you know, just like the traditional like flannel and denim folks. Where do you think we'll see Gorp go in 2021?
I think like the street's going to lean into it like more. Like I think
really?
they're going to, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it could be any more, but I guess brands are going to acknowledge it more. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't come to an outdoor brand to buy a hoodie or like a t-shirt, right? Like you get those pieces from a brand like us and you're like, this wasn't worth $100. You know, so like I think
don't get your hoodie at the jacket store.
Yeah, that stuff's going to grow up. I would love to see like the weird like Japanese influence like get there even more. You know,
what is that? So for the people that don't know, what is that kind of that influence that you're hoping to see?
That trickle down,
like really bigger pants, like these like kind of sandals and socks, and just this like really extreme, you know, the quote unquote outdoor style that just like exists there. That does like.
Do you have any brands that you can maybe put people onto right now just so they can go check it out and educate themselves?
Oh, that is so hard for me to do.
About like Wild Things.
I feel like everyone knows all that shit. No?
Oh, all right.
No,
I'm basic.
Well, then, we can just go fuck ourselves, Cooper. How about that?
I think, you know who has like a really tight buy in that regard is in the UK Outsiders store.
Okay.
Like
check their roster.
Yeah, like their whole list of brands is like any of that stuff is like a good layup. Like stuff that gets like slept on. Okay, this is helping actually.
Yeah.
Montbell is super sick. Like I don't see a lot of people wearing that.
Like just the stuff that we could buy like on the site right now, or like Japan exclusive shit.
Well, you get fucked up with the Japan exclusive stuff unless it fits you, right?
Sure.
Like,
And also, there's plenty of vintage Montbell, like on eBay and shit that you can hunt that shit down. Our boy Graham, the guy that introduced us, shout out Field Mag. He has a lot of vintage Montbell, and that was really just a way to shout out Graham and Field Mag because he said that was required if we're gonna have you on.
Shout out Graham.
Graham. Graham's awesome.
Cooper, question for you. You're talking about like maybe the surface being scratched and this idea of like, you know, the Gorp and street kind of coming together, like more of a Voltron than it had. But is part of you worried at all that like this is in danger of maybe getting like played out or becoming uncool? I guess how democratic is maybe too democratic, if I could put it that way? Or are you not concerned with that at all?
No, I'm actually not. Like, I think like, you know, if it's a trend, like trends come and go and that's fine. Like, that's cool. Like that doesn't bother me. I think like the cool thing about like outdoor stuff is that it gets people outdoors quite literally. Right. So like, I feel like the more people that are outdoor, like this is always my line, but like the better it is for the outdoors, right? Like that means there's more of a connection to nature. There's more people feeling good. There's more stewardship happening. And like, once you like get that and you feel that and you just like, so say like, you're just like full on, like, you know, you're not into being outside. Like you're just like blog raider or whatever, right? Like you like night owl and you buy like some Gorp shit and then you're like, well, I might as well go for a walk or I might as well try like hiking, quote unquote. And then like you do it and then you're like, well, fuck, that's kind of like, I'm into this now. And
so
then,
even posers can get converted through the Johns. They're the vessel through which discovery happens.
If 10 posers give it a shot, it might stick with one. And you know what? That 10% conversion rate, that might be Big Walt. And then he might come on Throwing Fits and put together a fucking Blastic episode in 2020. You never know.
Yeah. Okay,
and then like, you know, for like the core brands like us, like if the trend ends, that's fine. Like we still have the bedrock of our business, like true, like outdoor, like the people that are like, oh God, I don't know. It's cool. Like that are like stomaching it right now. Just like a little, you know, like teeth are almost gritted. They're still going to be there. They're still going to be happy. Like we're still going to make shit for them. Like we exist at like a wild place because we're so purpose driven with the stuff we make. So
you have that luxury of making money regardless.
well, speaking of 2021, I mean, this is definitely a project that doesn't appeal to those that are angrily gnashing their muesli. You worked on the collaboration that we're going to see that we were teased with Gill Sander. So far, we've only seen a little tease of the joint logo. What more can you tell us, Cooper? Come on, just give us a little.
Yeah,
I can't. I won't.
Let it fly, bro. Let it rip. Yeah. What can you say legally?
I can say that it's been like a really cool experience. I think like it's
working with the Myers directly, or like
like with the whole team there. Like their entire team is incredible, and I think it's brought like a lot of really great like energy into the building. Just of like from like a design point of view, and like people feeling like okay to step outside of like what our traditional formula has been. It's been like refreshing and invigorating. So it's been super fucking cool. I wish the stupid ass pandemic hadn't happened, because then we all would have been taking fun trips and doing all kinds of it would have been a much different experience.
So the marketing, so what was affected by the pandemic, not just the development, but even like the marketing that was going to happen, or
no. We just wanted trips to Paris.
Yeah. I just want to go to Milan and do all that shit. So we're it's just been development stuff, right?
Was this I think like this is one of those collabs, and Lawrence and I talk about this all the time, like collabs that make no sense, but this is a collab that does make sense, where it's like two different worlds, but two businesses and mentalities that are still like focused on like functional, like laser specific minimalism. Was this a partnership that you had been gunning for a while?
It kind of came naturally. It came in from Luke, actually. He's been a big fan of the brand, and he initially approached us, and we started talking from there. And it like, to your point, it makes so much sense, right? Like the stuff is going to be really like, I think people are going to be like, it's like what people have been wanting, when you like read some of the criticism of some of the other stuff.
And they're such technical designers, right? Like from overall Mastercloth to what they're doing at Gill. Like that's why, like, were you a fan of their work, and were they on your radar, or?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. There's no way that stuff isn't,
right.
I think when you like work in this business at any capacity, right? Like it doesn't matter like whether you work at like a pinnacle brand or a luxury brand, or like you're like banging stuff out in like fast fashion world, like you have to be aware of that stuff, because it just travels, the influence travels, the like style cues travel.
Well, Lawrence and I we're excited to go on flow team for this collab. What specific garment should we request?
You'll have to wait.
Is it a big
jacket or a bag?
Is it a big collection, or what's the? Can you even divulge anything? No.
Stop trying to.
All right.
All right, let's talk about it.
We're just doing our job.
Let's talk about a recent project that came out that, did actually receive some criticism from the fucking peanut gallery. You were involved with the recent collaboration with Palace.
Yeah.
Do you like when you talk about the criticism, like, do you pay attention to what the fucking tweets are saying and the timelines and the blog comments and shit? Like, do you care?
No, I don't. Not me personally. Like the numbers, like it's like you just the like comments are like the bane of like modern society.
Sure.
Like the world has devolved into a comment section.
Everybody wants to talk about Bean Dad. What do you think about, as a father, what do you think about Bean Dad?
Did you see Bean Dad?
No, what's that?
Oh, forget about it. Not even worth it.
No.
But so when, so you don't see the chatter, the chatter's there, but
I see it, I read it, but it's not going to affect how I make decisions. And like,
this is what I tell Lawrence.
When you try to criticize Cooper, like, and someone says like, "Hey, hope he sees this, King," he actually might see it. He might.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's so gorped up and so gored out that shit just wicks off his back.
Damn, dude, I let the hate flow off me like motherfucking Gore-Tex, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like hater DWR.
Yeah, like I said, if you want to fucking cry about it, maybe see if you can get some Arc'teryx bed sheets so you can pee your pants like the little baby you are.
Just let the pee run on.
Yeah, exactly.
How did that collab come about though? Did Lev approach you?
Yeah, it's so funny. Like there's just so like the world gets so small so quick. Like it's actually really easy to like get in touch
when you're the creative director of Arc'teryx specifically, or like
no, you'd be surprised, man. That like Kevin Bacon shit is real. Like you start like, and what was so cool about that? Like I was excited about it because I've been like a lifelong skateboard. Like I
was gonna say, I mean, as a skater, this must have been fucking.
So I was like,
peed your Gore-Tex sheets.
yeah, it was sick. But I like also like I've had a bigger break, but like I climbed my whole life, and I really like was like, there's this thing, this very unpopular opinion that I have, is that like,
please share.
Yeah, totally. Here it comes. Like the same type of people that get into like climbing and skateboarding are the same kind of like outcasty type person, right? And like both those sports are like incredibly communal. Like with the people in, right? Like the scenes are tight, and the scenes are like
they're like individual sports. They're not team sports, but they're more fun when you do them with other people.
Yeah, and like everyone has their crew, and like everyone shares like the like beta or the love around things or spots, or you know what I mean. Like there's so much support, and they're so inclusive to each other. Like as like insular communities go. And like it's the same person, and it's so interesting. They're both rooted in like style and form. When you get into like the specifics of the sport, of like what makes someone good at that, it's like someone that makes it look easy, you know. Right. And like they're rooted in practice and over and over and over and over, and trying and hurting yourself and trying and hurting yourself.
As a skater, sorry, keep going.
Yeah, no. So like that, the two brands made sense like that to me. The business end of it made sense,
right?
To me, right? Like I was excited to work on it from that, because it's like, well, I tell stories for a living, right? And like I make, you know, like things that sell jackets. Like this is going to be an easy story, like a cool story to tell, and people are going to go on and on and on about it. And like I, you know, part of the like not thinking too much about comments is like publicity's press is press, man.
Sure.
Like my name in your mouth is my fucking name in your mouth. Like,
damn, that's a motherfucking bar, bitch. Write that down. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, you fucking goddamn trolls. When it comes to brands like Gill Sander and Palace, is part of your job translating like why they fucking rule to like brass? Is that like, does that fall on you? Like being the lens through which to
yeah. There's a few of us, like how that kind of works.
The cool kids table.
No,
doing the grinding beat on the lunch tray.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, like sometimes
like it doesn't require a big sell, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
No, not really.
As a skater though, what was it always kind of your intention when because you've only been in this job for a year or so?
Almost 2 years. Yeah,
almost 2 years.
Yeah, April will be 2 years. I was thinking about that. I was like, shit, how long have I worked here?
Was it always kind of like a larger goal, whether at the forefront or back of your mind, which like I want to do a fucking collaboration with a skate brand, and like a good one? A known one.
It was more I wanted to be in this job. And like if there were bonus things like that came up, like that's exciting. You know, like I wanted to like push, like I truly like I'm like an outdoor person, you know, and I'm like span both worlds very easily. Like I'm super comfortable in both.
Yeah.
And so like I wanted to help the industry be what I think it could be to like a wider group of people.
I think you're doing a good job, my friend. And one initiative that is definitely, I think, like not making huge noise, not in a bad way, but is definitely kind of touching or, you know, embedding itself within like smaller communities and smaller, but also more like intimate moments is this artist series that I know is like falls under your purview. So you've worked with Sean Crawford here in New York, Greater Goods with that, you know, Naragi joint, our boy Sam at Jam Store. I know that's been kind of like keeps getting pushed back because of COVID. And what like, can you just tell people what those are all about? Because I think I did a terrible job explaining it up top.
Yeah, no. So we we did something with Avi at Better Gift Shop. In Toronto, and we have another one coming with a Canadian artist. She's a First Nations artist named Carly Crowfoot in Calgary, who's doing like this incredible like hand beading. It's fucking insane. Like that'll be I think in late February. That'll be another one.
And is it like an upcycling initiative where you hand them kind of like the raw materials and you're like, yo, just go? Yeah, a little bit. So like the whole artist series thing came to be, like we were about to like, you know, like if you go back to like April, like the vibe in like April or May was kind of like, okay, I think things are going to start opening and like, let's get some like traffic to the store. Like maybe, is there anything we could do that would like get people psyched to like reconnect with their community? And we have like
it's funny. Like this is a thing like people don't really know about the brand, but like we're actually pretty like impact oriented. I know Patagonia gets like a lot of the like credit for that, but we have some pretty substantial like programs and like infrastructure that we've built within our store network where we like have a lot of events, funnel a lot of money, do a lot of fundraising into like local impact organizations and communities that we have stores in and globally. And so like we wanted to lean on that a little bit and give a little love, get people back outside, get people like excited to come to something. We thought at the time we were going to be able to have like events in the way that we knew them to exist still. And there, I had like all these people kind of in the orbit, you know, whether it was Sean or Avi or James, like, you know, just people all over the place. And it was kind of like, let's do something with everyone, you know, like what's, I don't want to say easy, but like, what's a thing we can pull off, you know, like a collab is hard.
Sure.
It's like fucking hard. Like, I think people actually like when you like get all in like all the hate of shit, like dude, just an SMU exercise, meaning like a colorway exercise on an existing model is fucking hard. Like it fucking breaks the whole machine to do that because the machine was never set up to build that. Right.
Damn. So even the paint by numbers shit, like the laziest collab of all time is like is an undertaking.
They'll slap and I'm like, fuck you, that shit. It's like I have gray hair because of that. So it's like it's hard. I don't want to like wham me, but like it takes a lot of people, man. Like there's the other side of the store was like 40 people on that on one of those things, 50 people on one of those things to like actually make it happen across any function. Fuck design, like just the logistics of cracking 10 pieces off of a line and getting it to anyway. I digress. So like the artist thing is easier because it's like we can do upcycled thing like Jameis in London, like because that's like his mission in life, right? Like there's an incredible soul of like this, like truly believes in that and has built a cool thing for himself. Like I was like, dude, I have literally pallets. Like I have banded rag house pallets of fucking jackets we couldn't fix that we gave people money for to just buy it from them. Like we just shipped him shit. It was like, do whatever the fuck you want. Amazing. Sick. You know, Sean was a little different, like, because it was kind of like he had figured out how to make his process work with like finished garments. So that was like new stuff. Same thing with like Avi and AOI. So like there's like a mixture there. Yeah. And Sam, like I'm like really feeling the energy from people on the like upcycle like to your point in the beginning, right? Like that. Like that's a really cool vibe and to like lean into that, support that. So like Sam's thing started is like, okay, well, so we'll just like produce some stuff and you can, you know, do the things on it. He transfers the artwork on finished garments. And then we were like, you know what, people should just bring whatever the fuck they want.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Like just bring your shit, just like come like in LA too. Jesus Christ. Like give someone a reason, like hopefully it's safe to like come and like just
give someone a reason to live.
Like anything, right? Just
give a John's enthusiast a reason to live another day, man.
Just a little energy, right? Or like give, you know, Sean Murray, who shot the photos for him, like it's just incredible. Like just to take that outside point of view and embrace it and see what people do without the like structure that I have to put into things.
Without the red tape.
Yeah, like it just. You know, like if we're going to go like shoot pictures in a mountain, like send a skier up in a fucking helicopter or whatever, like there's it needs to do a lot of things for us.
Sure.
So to have something that like just is pure creative energy and like pure interpretation of like what the brands means, like that's invaluable, right? Like,
yeah, not to be as thirsty as my co-host here, but send us some jackets and we'll make magic happen.
Yeah. See, what can TF do for you? But here's a question, Cooper. Like you talked about, like, you know, all and whether or not everyone at home is familiar with like all of these specific, you know, things that you're talking, artist collabs that you're talking about. They've definitely like seen them on their timeline, but like as a group, right? How do they all ladder up into like the brand strategy that like you're kind of overseeing? Like what ultimately is like the bottom line when it comes to, you know, Arc'teryx's place in the maybe streetwear fashion community, the larger cultural landscape?
I'm looking to raise awareness, really. Like I think we have the core thing. Like I have to defend the core space. You know, I always have to make sure that we're perceived as the best because we are, and we support the best and we have like the best initiatives, but like we need more awareness, right? Like I need the like outdoors, like the wild needs more people aware of it and advocating for it. And if I can like put that into like more hands and like inspire more people to like get involved with it, that's like kind of, I think like my mission there. Like from like the brand's point of view, like what I'm here to do. I also like want to make sure that I see people, right? Like representation matters. And like, I see these communities, like I see skaters, like I see like skate kids in London wearing Arc'teryx. I see like, you know, like I was a part of all these communities, right? Like I get it. Like I know like the like racking article was really kind of like I was like, that's funny.
Shows fire.
Like,
yeah.
Like I know, right? Because I've been there and done it, right? So,
what's the statute of limitations? On,
I don't know, but
you're not going to confirm or deny how much Arc'teryx you have stolen.
Not so much art. But,
yeah, no wonder you had pallets sitting around that you could just ship off to London.
yeah, they fell off the back of a fucking truck.
Yeah. But I know all those people. Like I get that scene, and like I don't want to pander to it, but like I want to make sure that it's like recognized and feels so. Like I hope certain things feel supported.
I mean, Coop, one way to raise awareness of anything in this world is to throw it on the back of my guy Virgil. When you saw him take a bow at Paris Fashion Week wearing the Arc'teryx jacket, and not just him wearing it when he took his little bow, but also incorporating reworked shit from your brand throughout the whole show, which we know that was an unofficial him just doing what he wanted. It was not in collaboration with the brand.
Free marketing.
But was the whole company like, oh shit, man your battle stations, here we fucking go. Production, double production, triple production. Our IG is about to fucking go off.
Batten down the tape seams. It's about to be a deluge.
Batten down the tape seams. Yeah, it was a moment, man. It was cool. It was super exciting.
You're hype on that, right? Like and that's coming out of nowhere.
I personally, we had no clue. Like I saw the first thing that happened was like when he came out in that like blue Alpha, and
that was at the Louis show, right? That was with the Truman Show background type thing.
Yeah, and I was like, oh wow, that's crazy! Holy shit! And then he like through the like networks, like within a couple days, a day or two of that, like he like just hit us up and was just like, I fuck with you guys. I think you're cool. And I was like, cool.
He's linking and building.
And you're like, thanks, bro. We're good. We got
like,
Gill.
I was like, wow. Yeah. And then, so then the other thing, like the actual stuff later down the road in the Off-White show was like the night before. Like just you can say no if you want to.
Oh, that's interesting. Really? So he hit you up.
Heads up, I'm doing this.
But right at first,
you have 4 hours to respond.
Yeah, he said you a ransom note with letters cut out like the fucking Joker.
Yeah, I don't know if I could have actually refused. I wouldn't have.
Right. It's like you could say quote no end quote.
Yeah.
And we were like,
that's an Off-White joke.
It was just.
Do you see? So that stuff happens, and like it's huge. These are huge moments on social media. Like, do you guys
translate?
Yeah, does that translate to the bottom line? Like, how quick? Like, literally, people copying shit selling out the next day.
It does in places like in China, like straight up, right? Like they went like, give us all the blue alphas.
Wow.
How's art doing in China? Because like, obviously other brands are making huge overtures to penetrate that market. Yeah. Like, I don't know what you guys were doing there before, but have you seen an uptick kind of as ARC has entered like the streetscape conversation, or sorry, the streetwear conversation?
And as a luxury item, right? An Arc'teryx jacket and Alpha as a luxury garment versus the core use.
Yeah, right? we have that cachet in China. It's a bit of a different thing. China's sick. Like China's really a crazy place. I think
let's go ski in China.
Yeah.
Dude, China is like for all the, for like all the like cred, like Japan gets like, oh, the sickest retail, the sickest brands and like China doesn't have the brands yet. Like the native brands that started there.
Sure.
But they do have the like consumer culture at a level you've like never.
Yeah, that shit is dialed 13 out of 10, bro.
Nuts. Like the hardest flexes I've ever seen are like in China. Like I walked out of this shit. I was like, this dude is so cool. I almost went and took a picture with him because it was like the craziest, funniest shit I ever saw. I was in Shanghai and I came at it. Nike has this really sick House of Innovation, like one of those House of Innovation stores there. And there's like these really big, like 30-foot long marble benches out front that lead to like this big outdoor mall street. And this kid had boxes, like the shopping bag is like a Tyvek shopping bag and it holds like 4 boxes. He had along the ground and the whole row of the bench, and you can like sit on top of the bench, the entire thing just filled with shopping bags, all full. And he was just sitting by himself on the top of the bench, like, oh my shit.
Wow. A king in his castle, man. Goddamn.
Like, it was incredible.
He's the final boss of late stage capitalism.
Yeah, but also like House of Innovation like doesn't have like I don't know if he bought one of every sneaker that was in the store.
Maybe.
Like sometimes the whole thing will just be like Uptowns and that's it. So I'm like, did you buy like 150 pairs of Uptowns?
I mean, shit, made an impression on you, right? What about clearly whatever he's doing worked.
But so like China's sick because like nothing is like predefined, right? Like you can change the conversation of like anything instantly, and like the numbers and the scale of communication and like impressions, like you can dangle something and just change no one's defined what outdoors means there yet. No one's like defined like truly like what one of these like brands means there yet. So
sure.
It's really, but what about textile development?
They might want to deal with the air quality first and foremost, just a little.
Only in the cities. What about textile development though? I know like, you guys, or ARC has a big factory in Vancouver proper, but I feel like this is something that, again, people are just like, oh, made in China, that means it's fucking cheap and bullshit. But also there's some of the most innovative breakthroughs in textile and fabric development are happening there. Is Arc'teryx tapped into, like, is there any sort of pipeline between those factories and ARC?
Yeah, absolutely. We make a ton of stuff there. That's like where the best shit is made. It's like that is like the dumb, like stigma is like spot on, right? Like, yeah. It's like just
it's xenophobia, and it's like this weird. Yeah, it's like been this idea of like
fucking white people. Am I right?
Yeah,
as usual.
Weaponizing the idea of domestic manufacturing to kind of like denigrate the amazing work like James is saying that's happening. But just a little note for the audience at home.
Yeah,
for your.
What about when but going back to celebrities, let's get off the dark shit and back to celebrities.
Let's talk about celebs again, please.
Yeah, fun. Yeah.
What about when Frank Ocean, a year prior to Virgil coming out at his Louis show, exactly a year prior, he wore a beanie to, I think it was camo, right? And then like
grotto print. It's called grotto print.
Grotto print, very fire. And then the what was the jacket? It was like another. I mean, he looked straight up off the fucking hiking trail.
Marmot. I think it was a
Marmot. It was a Marmot jacket, and he also had on like hiking boots, right? And like just like 501s.
Interesting, right? Like I get like funny with shit because like I worry too much about like. I have like Ghosts of Streetwear Past like skeletons in my closet, so I'm like I would like he's like it's all mixed up, like you can't mix and match. Like I have like weird like bullshit rules about myself. It's like wearing like Nike socks with Adidas sneakers.
Well, yeah, you can't do that.
That's word is bond, bro. Yeah,
it's like that, especially like a big print like that. Like that's clearly like very Arc'teryx hat.
Yeah.
Right.
How was the reaction though? Not just obviously it made you feel disgusting inside, but like, was there a consumer reaction to that? Frank is a little more like,
if I get past the critique of the fit itself,
sure.
I personally loved it.
Yeah.
Thought it was fucking rad. Like, and the Virgil continuation chapter,
right, of
like more like mainstream culture, like adopting it and showing up in like the style forward spaces, like those style forward media moments of like Fashion Week and whatever else, like is huge. And I think just like great.
I mean, we agree. And I know that you agree. And there's a reason why you're the creative director. And it's that you're, trying to and successfully capitalizing on this kind of intersection moment. But like our core Gorpers, the guys that are like gnashing their muesli, like, are they vocally unhappy that you now have guys like Drake, Kanye, Virgil, celebs and kind of like, style icons of the moment getting into it on, let's be honest, like a little bit of a poser level? Or do they have your kind of more positive outlook where it's like, look, if it gets one kid outside, like that's a win?
I can't speak for like culture at large, like you know, like all the forums and like the Reddits of the world. Like the Reddit threads have been interesting lately.
Really?
Yeah, like well, it just gets to like an interesting, you know, like the wokeness of some people makes its way in. They're like, you're fucking gatekeeping and being fucked up and chill the fuck out. And then some people are like, yeah, but well, let me like mansplain my like privileged thing to you.
That's exactly what they sound like. That was an amazing impression. Every Reddit commenter sounds exactly like that.
So yeah, like
is it similar to like skating too, right? Like what are like talk about all these we've mentioned so many parallels between like the Gorp and skate community, but it's like the same thing, right? Where it's like, you know, what level of gatekeeping is socially acceptable, right? And that's the constant
you know
battle.
what it is? Well, it's like funny because skating, like as long as you show up and you put in a little work, right? Like if you show up to the spot every day, it doesn't matter. Like I love where skateboarding's at right now. Like I love seeing all the women and like girls, like kids skating. There's like this huge trans like skate community that's fucking incredible. I think like I like loved all the characters on what's the show on HBO?
Skate Kitchen?
I know that had like a lot of criticism around it too, but just like the way that it is like so much more mainstream, and it's like one of the most like open and inclusive spaces and outlets for kids to go to and find community is awesome. And like you just have to put in a tiny bit of work to like be embraced by that community.
So maybe
like,
Gorp could learn something from skating.
I think I think it could, because at the end of the day, like skating's harder than walking around in the fucking woods or
facts
circle around Prospect Park. So like, you know, like
you're not going to crack your nuts on a fucking balsam fir tree.
Yeah, you might, but you know, like
you might, dude. You might. We're not here to king shame. We're not here to king shame.
Well, okay. So the community sounds like it is taking kind of steps forward, and you know, this is like something that you're focused on in terms of just like opening itself up to like be more inclusive. But on the flip side of that, how do you feel about like Gorp gentrification by brands that just see this purely as a cash grab moment?
Right. Okay. So like there's like weird promoted Instagram, Amazon level shit kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or in an interview, you mentioned Aritzia and their like super puff jacket, but even like, you know, that kind of more profiteering and carpet bagging.
Yeah. Gentrification.
Yes.
Well, it's interesting. Like, I think it's nuanced, right? Like I'm a fan of the Aritzia thing, because I think it's like pushing other brands to be like more style forward. And like if
form meeting function somewhere, like rebalancing the scales a bit.
Like you can have the same function, but you can be like way more style conscious about it. Right. And it's like, okay, if like teenage girls want to like wear a puffy jacket, like give them something.
Yep. Lauren, stop shaming teenage girls, please.
But where you like have to, and this is like where I think like the collective, like culture, like this writing's on the wall and is such a good thing, is like people are seeing more value in things that are built better, that have a sustainable story and background to them. And like, so like people do need to like, they're going to, their politics or whatever are going to show up with their wallet a little bit. Right. Or, you know, however you want to, I don't know what the right way to say that is, but
voting
like
with their wallet. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like if you just ignore that bullshit, like the like kind of more vulture, like whatever, like there's so many like weird brands I get at
culture vultures. Gorp culture vultures.
Yeah.
Gorp vultures. Yeah. They're like, you know,
there might be a pun in there. We can workshop it.
Yeah, we can figure it out. It's, you know, I know we're live. So, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, if you know it's bullshit, or you've never heard of it, or you can't like really quickly get that, like there's a positive back end to this like piece that you're looking at, then
I mean, consumers' bullshit detectors are more finely tuned than ever. So like, it's like, yo, if you're just fucking trying to, you know, vulture the culture, then you're eventually just going to fade away. But I want to ask about one project specifically. Lawrence mentioned up top, on a scale of a plumber's butt crack peeking out just a little bit to full moon Donald Trump size fucking Honda ass,
big old dumper.
How would you rate the Gucci North Face collaboration?
I'm not even at plumber crack. I'm not mad at it.
Really? It's ass.
I'm not mad at it. Like I get it.
You're gonna cop?
Yeah. What are you gonna cop?
No, I'm not gonna do that. And they have like the room to, you know, like TNF has the room to do it. you know, like they have the market share to do it, and they have the like catalog of like silhouettes that could absorb that kind of thing. Like I think
unlike Arc'teryx or someone
like our line couldn't do that.
Right.
Like you couldn't put some like outrageous print on one of our jackets. Like you need like a big square thing to pull that off. Right. Like it works on a heritage silhouette.
You need a Nupsy for sure. Something like that.
Let's talk about you for a second, Cooper. So this is crazy. And I had to confirm this because I didn't think it was true. You are only the second ever creative director at Arc'teryx. Your predecessor, Tom, how do you say his last name?
Dogood.
His name's literally Dogood?
Wow. Yeah. Dr. Dogood over here.
This man did good.
This man did good, boy.
He was creative director for 16 years and obviously a legend. Do you feel well, I looked at his LinkedIn, so
okay. Well, yeah.
Do you feel any pressure like as the new guy to fill his shoes, and like how do you deal with that? I know you're in Vancouver, so
yeah.
As the new guy, like you were coming, Tom
Do-Good to Tom Do-Gooder. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe I'm like such a fucking like bumbling like weirdo that like, I didn't feel that, but more like he was so fucking cool, and like the team he built, like the team that I absorbed that he had here was so
the Gorp Goths.
Yeah. The infantry of metal listening devil worshippers.
Right. It's like this like very it's super Canadian actually. Yeah. Hey.
Timmy Holes.
They're just like kind and lovely and like right. And really like
the kindest goths you'll ever meet.
They want people to be set up for success, right? Like they may be praying for my, to eat my immortal soul, but like,
what was that transition like?
There was an infrastructure here. Like it was easy to like come and onboard and let some seasons be transitional. And then also we're like, Tom was really, he like set all this like archetypal stuff up for the brand, but it was very rigid. And like, you can't be a creative and exist in rigidity forever, or else you're like,
you need to flex.
Crazy, right? So
it is
like
the enemy of creativity.
Yeah. So really what was happening was like when I came in, like he was basically kind of done, right? Like he was just, doing his own thing at that point. And
you show you where the bodies are buried, like in succession.
Yo, you want to talk about like archive person that knows everything about backstory on like I text him pictures of shit, like weird jackets and whatever that I see on the internet. And he's like, oh, that is a blah, blah, blah from blah, blah, blah. Here's the cool thing about it. Like we were on this fucking trip somewhere and so broke a thing. And
he's the Oracle.
He's so the Oracle.
Yeah,
like
we need him on the pod.
A source code. Like,
can you get Tom Do-Good on the pod?
We should. He's funny, man.
That's why you're here. Actually, this is a whole. We're just.
I know it's a pyramid scheme for you guys. Like
we're not recording.
Yeah.
All right, Cooper. Answer a fairly simple question for us.
The $1 million question.
Yeah, it's the easiest question for us to ask and the hardest question for you to answer. What the fuck does a creative director do?
Fuck, don't know.
Besides, put it in your Instagram bio. By the way, you do have, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Even real creative directors put creative director in their Instagram bio. That's my biggest takeaway from getting to know Cooper.
My follow up: you only have 244 Instagram followers. Did you not get the memo that you're a creative director? You need at least like 60K.
This is dad zone.
Well, to the 18 million people listening right now, can we fucking get Cooper's paltry, embarrassing numbers up? Can we run up the score to at least a G, please?
This
man's dying. He needs clout.
I'm try and focus on it this year. Like I have dank fucking shit. I can put it there.
Fit pics, my G.
Your shit is fire too. Your shit, how it's like kind of set up. It's like very fucking tasteful. It's maybe the most underappreciated gram out right now since you got like only 4 followers.
It's micro.
Yeah. It's niche. All right. So for real,
what newest thing, right? Like how deep of a cut did you get?
What's your day to day? So you stroll in, you're a creative director. So you stroll in at 11:30,
maybe noon, right?
Cup of Timmy Hose. Right,
yes, you box of Timbits and some.
You've trail ran to work, I assume, or mountain bike there. What do you do every day? You call up Luke in Milan. Luke, We need Jimmy and Larry on Gill flow team.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you get that call out of the way.
Luke, it's Lev. I got to go.
Luke, it's Virgil again. We get it, bro. You like the
Lev
brand.
and Virgil. I got to go.
Yeah, right. Virgil calling for the 8th time today.
Yeah. Luke, it's Virgil again. No, I'll stay on with you.
Yo, Virgil, lose my number.
No. Don't lose my number.
Is it a lot of meetings? Are you like a vision boarding? Are you mood boarding? What's happening?
It's actually kind of boring. I don't get to have the fun that like my team gets to have.
Oh shit.
No, it's like at the end of the day, like I feel like creative directors like nudge, you know what I mean? Like you like, not to be like boring, but you have to square off like the creative energy with like the business need and like what needs to get done and what the rest, like help define what the right.
You have to be like an adult in the room versus like, you know, letting
I got to be like the cool
letting the wings spread and let ideas blossom.
You'd be like the uncle.
Okay, like the cool uncle,
like cool-ish uncle. Like
hey, if you get an A on your homework, I'll buy you some beer.
Yeah,
exactly. But like, don't get too drunk.
Sure.
Like you're not the dad yet.
Yeah.
Right.
You can drive, right? Yeah, you're good to drive.
Yeah.
back roads. Yeah. And then like, you know, there's like the like seasonal direction and vision and all that kind of.
What is like the general kind of vision you came in with that you wanted to, what's like the image that you wanted ARC to convey?
Yeah. What's your imprint?
When first came in.
Well, I actually thought we were doing a little too much.
Really?
Like, yeah, like back to like the Tom thing, like everyone was like, just like all these, like this creatives were like just flying all over the place. I felt like there was like stuff everywhere and it like wasn't very consistent or aligned. Like there was a lot of experimentation. It was all cool. It was all good. But I was like, this isn't coming from a singular point of view. So I spent the better part of a year, like just trying to clean things up a little. Like
consolidating to some degree?
Being more consistent, just a little cleaner, getting like standards done here. Obviously redid the fucking logo because that's like a big thing that creative directors do. And
I was going to say, how come you didn't do just like a very like sans serif font?
Right.
Just pulled a heady and blew its brains right off its shoulder.
I heard Peter Seville was available.
Did you, I mean, you're joking, but like, did you kind of want to sort of change the logo? Like,
no, I actually think it's like
perfect, right?
Weird. Yeah. And no, dude, like no one actually knows about it. Like we're speaking to like such a niche audience right now for all 17 million people.
18 million.
18, please be respectful.
You know, no one really like the awareness for the brand is super low. So
really?
So
awareness of Arc'teryx, the entire brand or of the logo?
Of the brand.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you measure that?
How
do you measure awareness?
Yeah, there's all kinds of stupid scores and things that.
Okay.
Yeah. Just Cooper getting invited on this podcast in 2021. That's
one thing. You know, things are changing. Definitely on an upswing right now. 2021 is looking good.
So there was no brand identity stuff, like visually speaking, when it comes to like the logo that you were never going to touch that. That was never.
Yeah, I didn't change like the actual look and feel, but if you were like a big nerd and I put two in front of you, you would like, oh, you cleaned it up.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
There was a cleanup. And like, that was really, it was just like more tactical. Like it just like made it easier for like product team to like embroider it. And
right.
You know, but there is some funny shit with it where like it has this really, and one of the reasons why I didn't change it, because it's like, it's not this logo that just some random graphic designer or even like a famous graphic designer made that like is like precious because it actually has like a story to it. And like, it was this fucked up weird thing because as they were like, originally Dave Lane and Tom Duguid and one of the other founders were like literally faxing it back and forth. Let me see. Hold on. You actually could probably see it here on this thing. But the tail has like a funny cut on it because they fucking tore off the fax machine too.
Amazing.
Yeah. Like when they tore the paper. So like there's stuff to it that was like, we need to like maintain that. And I think it's important, you know?
Well, all right. So if awareness is low, if the brand's creative director's IG following is low, why
you're going to talk your way out of a job, friend?
Yeah, cool.
Why is Arc'teryx so expensive?
That's easy. It's like unfuckwithable. Like how could anyone like no one makes anything that's even remotely on the level of like finish and technicality.
Talk your shit.
Like the second you fucking pick it up, you're like, well, this is different. Right? Like the stuff that I get that's like factory seconds and thirds that'll never see the light of day to consumers. You could never figure out why. ever. Yeah. And like there's like we'll put a big red like thing on it. Like, this is fucked up.
The standards are just that high, and that's how they've always been, and that's the differentiator.
It's just the quality control, the like material development. Like none of the face fabric is off the shelf, right? Like all of that stuff is developed in house. Like no one has it. Like there's a fucking whole factory here that sews our samples like 1-to-1, like out the gate. It's crazy. The only shit that's even remotely close to being on a level would be like, like an Atelier, like some.
Oh shit! Like Chanel or something.
That's it.
Wow.
Can your factory do white label for our merch? We have some.
Can you make some merch?
Cool T-shirt designs?
Yeah. We'd also like to be unfuckwittable. We aspire to that.
I mean, I know that collaborations are kind of like obviously you are at the helm of a lot of these exciting ones, which you're going to tell us all about the Gill Xander collaboration off mic, and then we'll tweet it out. But one that started, I believe it started before your time, but has definitely been like a Gorp grail and resells like crazy and has always just driven people crazy is the Beams collaborations that you guys have done with the good homies, the good Tomodachis over in Japan. Are you involved with that project currently?
No, that's kind of like on its own little autopilot trajectory. They have a lot of what do you want to call it? Like that, just like leeway with what they do. I mean, they're color ups, right? Like, so it's a little.
Right. Is that like do you prefer to be way more, and I'm sure I know the answer, but you versus that kind of Beams autopilot thing versus like you being way more hands-on, you would prefer that?
No, I would. It would be fun to do something like that with them, like for sure. Like they're so cool. Like they come here and you're like, I'm fucking so lame right now.
Sure.
Let's do that. Like they just posted a picture the other day of all of them like in front of the store. And like their little like engineer garment army pants and blazers and shit. Like everyone's in this is so Japanese, like everyone's in the same shit, Sure. The trade show army. And I was like, man, you guys are fucking cool. God damn it. I like seeing what other people do for their customer. Like I really like I have like a really big like retail background. And so like at the store level, like that's the kind of like engagement I like, because people come in and want to talk and like have like a human relationship with the brand and like shop. And I like seeing how people shop, and I like people knowing who their customer is and like flexing that. And
so you see the Beams shit as for that's Beams for the Beams customer. So it would be different than like stuff that you would do. And how would you describe that? Cause like it's very cool and tasteful, and the colorways feel like ahead of the curve, but is outside. Like, how do you see it aesthetically? How would you why do you think it's so popular?
I mean, because it's Beams, right?
Sure.
There's like a shitload of cachet there, I almost wore a Beam shirt today, so I really was like,
you blew it.
It was too dark.
Yeah.
I think the cachet is a piece of it. Ask me again. Sorry.
Do you own any of that stuff?
No, I don't.
Because you see it like being flipped for thousands of dollars. Like it might be the most. I mean, I don't know how
they're tight with it, man. Like I couldn't even I couldn't go pull it off. Like I couldn't go to the factory and pull like a second or third off the line. Like it doesn't really work.
It's that good scarcity. I mean, all right. So we've talked a lot about kind of like how you guys popped off. I mean, not just obviously to your endemic core audience, but how you really kind of entered the spotlight from all different other subcultures, high fashion, streetwear, the fucking ravers out in London, et cetera. But like we talked about 2021, what's the one thing happening right now at the brand that like is really tickles your pickle that you're most excited about?
We just launched this thing, Outer Peace Foundation initiative. And it's kind of like it's going to be like the next chunk of years of our life. It's not really product centric. It's definitely like a brand thing. Yeah. And it's like purely like around getting people outside. And it's inspired by this book. I don't know if your audience reads.
They listen. They're all illiterate.
Yeah. James and I can't even read. How do you expect our fucking army of clones to know how to read?
Emails were succinct. They were. Yeah, Florence Williams is the author of The Nature Fix, and it's about like the transformative healing power of nature. And
Okay. I thought you were going to say Monkey Wrench Gang, where they were just committing acts of eco-terrorism.
Twilight, have you? So, like like when we do all this, like, goofy, like branding work and internal purpose writing and like all these things that like brands do, especially when you have new creative directors that need to like take a dump on old creative directors and all that kind of stuff. We're like doing these like conversations and surveys and audits and, I was like roundtable shit with everyone around the company. And we're like, why do you do these activities? Why do you go outdoors? What do you do? Like all of these things, like our athletes, right? Like what motivates you to like climb these giant fucking mountains and like all this stuff. And the answer is always like, oh, because it feels good. And you're like,
because it was there.
Can you help me?
Because I can.
Like, unpack that. And then I read this book, right? Like we like collectively all kind of read it. And there's like a ton of science around it. Right. And like, it's, we just want to share that with people, and we want to not on anything, but like we want to share it, and we want to get more people out, and we want to get people like on board with it. And so
I don't know if I know you grew up on the East Coast, but I don't know if you're aware, but we're having a very unscience moment here in America. So best of luck to you with that in penetrating the American.
Yeah. It's like, so that's the beauty of it, is that it's like actually simple, because it's like just dumb. Like it feels good. It will make you feel better.
So it's kind of like it's the general goal that you're talking about, which is just like getting people outside, because that will lead to not only buying more ARC, which is, bottom line, but also just like protecting the outdoors, becoming better humans.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's great. Like that part feels good, like from a product point of view, like I'm like really excited. Like, I don't know if you guys, like if people noticed any of the, what we're calling ERM, like excess raw material. Like we had an alpha pullover. They're like these like really kind of like Harlequin-y colorways. There's a beta SV right now that's probably still online in a Rush ski jacket. Like they're just like these really great, super limited colorways, and they're coming from excess materials. So like when we buy like our fabric to make shit, you have to buy extra for over if the factory fucks something up or whatever.
Yeah.
And like that stuff eventually just doesn't get used, right? Like if things are working the right way and people are building shit right, like you don't need your extra.
So are you making kind of like one of one, or just like
yeah? So they're like the super low number, super limited. They're like really just e-com exclusives, which is kind of neat.
For all my resellers out there,
cop up.
You're just perked up.
But those are just dropping like alongside everything else. There isn't like a huge marketing push. Is that going to change or
no big push? Yeah, just like a quick little photo shoot here, just to like get it on model and like show that like these are like a little more
collectory.
Yeah, like just like a little crazier. Yeah, they're cool. They're sick actually. Like
fire.
Well, our athletes are fucking with them. It's cool.
Fire. Cooper, I know that, the partnerships and collaborations like that falls under your umbrella, your scope of work. If you had your druthers, who's your dream brand that you would partner up with?
Yeah. Jinx yourself real quick. Have you thought about, you must have like a fucking laundry list.
Yeah, but it's not like in the, like from a,
as a skater dad, is it Supreme?
Well, yeah. From a, no, fuck that. Not right now. I could never go work at North Face when I get fired from here. Shit.
Yeah. Do you like the North Face Supreme collabs?
Yeah. They're cool. They're fun.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Tell us how you really feel.
Brevity is king.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you check for it? You can't ignore it, but like you're not like excited to see what they come out with every season.
No, but I'm like not excited about anything.
Sure.
Period.
Fair.
We're trying nihilism in 2021.
Yeah.
No. So like from like a fashion perspective, I actually like Palace and Gill would probably be at the top of my list, I think.
Well, how convenient then.
I know, right? See,
an embarrassment of riches for our boy Coop over here.
Oh, just windfall. I should buy.
Are they on your are they on your like
leader.
Are they on your Mount Rushmore brands of all time? Like who's up there as just your favorites of all time? You talked about Polo.
You've talked about Ralph. You've talked about Junior a bit.
Yeah.
Four unranked, if you've thought about it ever.
Oh, jeez.
If you can even narrow it down.
Obviously, Arc'teryx, but
Yeah, Arc'teryx, sure, right.
Yeah, Arc'teryx.
PR's listening. The PR people are listening.
They're totally listening.
Wait, when you ran this request by the publicity department, how much fucking pushback did they give you? Like, did you listen to this, Cooper? Like, they talk about meats and cheese.
I don't know if they listened to it.
They definitely didn't if they let you come on. Let's be honest.
Yeah, true.
You're killing it. You're killing it.
I know I'm really not doing a good job on this question. This is I did think about my sneaker answer.
Oh, we'll get there. Well,
okay.
First of all, this is our show, so why don't you fucking pump the brakes?
What brands do you have the most of, at least in the closet? Like,
at least at home.
That?
I have obviously a lot of Arc, so let's pretend that doesn't happen. I have a lot of Nike. I had a lot of Patagonia for a while.
Like Snap Tees and Retro X's, or like more technical stuff?
A little bit of both. Definitely like a lot of the vintage stuff for like more everyday flexage. And then they were kind of like my technical before I worked here.
Any baggies?
5-inch baggies. Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt.
Okay. Thank God. Woo.
Brains in or brains out?
Test. Yeah.
What's that?
Did you leave the brains in or did you blow the brains out?
Oh, they're in.
Oh, hell yeah.
Cradling those dad baby. Balls.
Yeah. Well, again, you want to wear them as bathing suits.
What are you kidding? They'll fall out.
Meaty clackers clacking.
Yeah, let the clackers clack, baby.
Patagonia, Nike.
Yeah. Nike, Arc, Patagonia. Denim has been APC for a long time. Quite a bit of engineer garments.
Ooh.
I'm
hearing a lot of spicy potential collaborators.
Yeah, Legace, as you guys like.
Woo! Wow, baby.
Yo, when's that Arc Legace collab happening?
Workshop?
My goodness.
Workshop times Arc? Let's go,
At
dude.
ERM Workshop?
Let's upcycle this shit into oblivion, dude.
Crazy.
If you don't step in, it's going to be fucking Fjallraven with their fellow Swedes, and no one wants that.
Yeah, nobody wants those little ass backpacks.
Little fox head.
Yeah.
Started on Fjallraven in the room and shit. What the fuck?
If you could collab with any of those people that you just mentioned.
Yeah, because those are all, I can't even imagine. APC times Arc. Fucking
Nike
Arc'teryx?
They fucking do now. They're doing their own thing already.
Yeah, they have
Nocta?
ACG. Do you fuck with ACG? Yeah, with Nocta.
Yeah, ACG's sick. ACG's cool. And
you fuck with acronym? Okay.
You know what I had from I had some of the early Burton, when Analog was a really cool low-key brand from Burton. They had acronym pieces. I don't know if anyone even really truly knows that.
Wait, what do you mean?
Was that when
early 2000s there were acronym Analog, Errolson did Analog.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I could totally be wrong about that, but where they
Errolson, come on the pod and respond. Dude.
Yeah, I know. Listen, let me help you guys now.
Yeah.
You need to get on here and clear some shit up.
How fast can you take off your Arc jacket, though? Because Errolson can fucking take that shit off in 0.02 seconds.
Yeah.
That quick release.
You can never duel this man.
No, I would be dead.
You never outstrip him. All right, so we got so I think we got a nice little Mount Rushmore there. Let's move on. Let's stop talking about Mean Lawrence for a second. Let's move on to the second topic of this podcast, which is cash is king, baby. Let's talk about money real quick. Coop, in US dollars, because I don't want the fucking Canadian dollar, conversion.
Loonies, no loonies, dude.
No loonies, no toonies. How much money you make?
Here.
All right, okay, your father, you enjoy these outdoors activities that are quite equipment intensive. How much money would you like to make if there was an ideal number that you could just coast at for the rest of your life?
Everybody's got a number, Coop.
Everyone wants. I want IPO money.
Ooh. Okay.
Money.
Wait, is Arc'teryx privately owned?
It is.
Ooh.
By Salomon, no?
No. We own Amer. So Arc'teryx is owned by Amer Sports, and Amer Sports is privately owned. Okay. And underneath Amer is Arc'teryx, Solomon, Wilson.
Oh shit.
So
did you like the little moment Solomon had with their footwear?
Yeah, I think that shit's sick.
It's actually been 2 years, to be honest. I feel like Solomon.
It's been going on. Yeah, it's been going on.
You wear
I would. I don't fucking get any of it. They don't send me any of it.
No, get this man a pair of XT4s or XT6s stat.
He's sending everybody else here shit, man. I see Taco all the time, and he's got all the crazy shit.
Well, he's Valence, dude.
Going on.
Come on, man.
I got
You get jack shit. When you get offered the role of CD at a company like Arc'teryx, do they dangle a little equity in front of the kid or no?
well, no, we can move on.
Okay. All right.
What do you like to spend your money on? Like what?
My kid, lots of dumb shit off Instagram.
Yeah, but bro, it's Canada. You got universal healthcare, universal education.
Yeah,
like you're good.
That's awesome.
You're chilling.
What do I buy?
Besides, I mean, John's clearly.
Yeah, what do you spend your money on? What do you like to drink? A natural wine? You like to eat out?
Yeah, drink the natural wine. Don't eat out anymore.
Sure. That was a trick question. Well done.
Yeah.
Well, like hella skiing in backcountry, like
totally. Yeah, I mean, it used to be travel. Like it used to be that. For
right.
Sure.
Where's the first place you're going when you get to Vaccine?
Oh God, man, that's a good fucking question. I think like if border opens or vaccine, I would probably run to Mexico real quick for like a hot week, like just to like warm up and dry out.
Hookers and blow or surf trip or
all of it.
Okay.
All as much
all right.
as possible.
Yo, perfect segue because I'm the transition god into the next segment, meats and cheeks, sucking and fucking formerly known as dad ass.
Yep.
Cool. A lot of, motivation, maybe wrongfully so for guys to get into John's is getting their dick wet. And now that Gorp is kind of taken over, I guess my question is Gorp sexy?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe like,
people staying in shape, whether or not they're
outdoorsmaness and survival and like
on the like core end of the spectrum. Yeah.
Ain't nothing sexier than survival, dude. Like they always say.
I want to fucking kill a moose.
Fit. They're like weird, like lean muscle fit endurance.
Real
I'm
sinewy.
sure when they copulate with each other, it takes a very long time.
Yeah, they accidentally start a fire.
Yeah, right. They're not going for an FKT.
Damn.
Yo, in a pinch
together.
In a pinch, and this is kind of like we talked about science, and the physics of the brand. Like in a pinch, could an Arc'teryx jacket be used as a condom?
You would need to know I couldn't tell you because Gore won't tell you how big the membrane is.
Okay.
So like
how big is their membrane?
How big is your membrane?
Right. Like how big is the little hole? So like, is the human fluid a bigger droplet than water?
I guess it depends what kind of ropes you're fucking busting. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of pancakes you making that morning?
Yeah. Yeah. It depends how your month's been going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll have to table that. And if any representatives from Gore-Tex would like to reach out to the podcast
or sperm scientists,
that would be a riveting guest.
And let us know if human jizz will seep through the pores of Gore-Tex.
Honestly, the key is that you have to turn it inside out so that you're busting against the outer lining, not the inner membrane that wicks body sweat or body moisture away from the body, right?
True. Yeah. You'd have to.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting.
Because you might have a few Gorpies on your hands 9 months from now.
Either way, whoever wants to make $1 million, we need tape seamed condoms ASAP.
Exactly.
So someone should figure that out.
Condoms are more like they're almost like some like Bybor thing or something because there's no seam.
True.
Fair.
The perfect seam is no seam.
Yeah. Listen, Bybor.
It's like a whole cut loafer.
Yo, maybe Arc Trojan coming up next.
Ooh.
Yeah. Little alpha made out of latex. All right. Speaking of children, we have our guy Chuck, our number one son, on the mic. He's sitting at his rig right now. I don't know if he's much of a Gorp head or outdoorsman, but we are going to turn the mic over to him in 30 seconds of thirst. Coop, we're going to let Chuck ask you anything, pitch you on something. Chuck, go off, my little king.
So we talked about like celebrities wearing Arc'teryx, but I was wondering, like, is there anyone that you kind of like look to for like style inspiration, like any specific person, or are you just kind of marching to the beat of your own shit?
This is a big bummer because he's so fucking canceled.
Uh-oh.
You know who?
Oh, no.
Yeah, man. He's donezo, right?
But he was the guy?
He was pretty high on the list. Like it was like, damn, that's a good one. Damn, that's a good one. Damn, that's a good one.
What about like, were there any skaters that you looked like from? I grew up in the Viva La Bam era.
Yeah.
Viva La Bam Margella. But was there any like skater that you looked up to?
I thought, well, it's funny because I think as I like turned into an adult, I was like, what the hell was I thinking with that? But like, I used to think like, I thought Nodis was super cool. I'm really dating myself now. But like when I was like a young kid, like I was like, man, that guy is so sick. And then like Gons was like really high on a list.
Oh, yeah.
And especially like on the like kind of New York end of things and kind of growing up in that region and like and then you like get older and you're like a total lunatic. So I don't know if I could like North Star to that.
Yeah, they did how many whippets?
Yeah.
All right, so Gons is your guy. Skating from the skate world.
Yeah, Gons is pretty high up there for sure. Nodis had like this like whole surf vibe thing. Like I was like really curious about California as a kid. Like cause it was like, you know, if you grow up in like Jersey and Connecticut and New York, like that whole like tri-state zone, like California is just like, what is this place? Like, is it hot there? Like I would watch a Snoop Dogg video and be like, it looks hot. Why do they have a hoodie on with a hockey jersey over it? And
Dry heat.
like, are they hot? Like, is it summer there? I don't know what's going on. So
does the Vancouver skate scene like do they have more of a Gorpy vibe than anywhere else?
No, it's still pretty skate. It's pretty skate. Yeah, it's pretty skate. But like I will say, like Arc is everywhere in Vancouver. Like everybody, like you would come to Vancouver and you'd be like, Arc'teryx is the biggest fucking brand in the world.
The hometown hero.
Yeah. It's like just on everyone. It's like so necessary here.
Is that heartwarming? That hometown love? Like, is that great to see? Like, if it's not popping in Vancouver, then you know there's a fucking problem, right?
Yeah, kind of, but it's also like a little. It puts you in like a bit of a bubble. Like I think it could influence some of your decision making and some of like not being able to travel this past year has been hard. To like,
you're in like you're in an echo chamber to some degree.
Totally
like being on Twitter.
Yeah, big time. James, there's enough of like an industry here too. You know what I mean? Like there's other brands here, right? Like Lulu's here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like Herschel's here. Like there's a pile of brands here, right? And like, sure. And you can get the same thing can work for all of them. And then all of a sudden you really are in an echo chamber because then you're like talent is circulating. Like working.
Like, wait a second. Why do we make fucking yoga pants?
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you, Chuck.
Well, I was follow up.
Yes.
I'm not James has his doctorate in geography, so maybe you can say, I don't know how far Vancouver and Montreal are from each other.
Very far.
Do you fuck with Dime? Like, I would think Dime would be a sick collaboration.
I'm super sick. Montreal is so far away.
Yeah, bro. It's
I don't know. That's why I don't know.
It's like further away from between New York and LA.
Yeah,
it's way further than New York and LA. Like, yeah, Dime is sick.
Shout out Vince.
I mean, yeah. And they're connected. It's kind of funny. Like there's actually, this is the other cool thing about Canada is like there's really not a lot of people in the entire country. So like
it's just you, Vince, and Jound.
That's Justin Bieber.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah. Right. What do you think of Jound? Are you fucking with their kind of moment that they're having?
Yeah. I think that shit's cool. I love. I thought the what was it? Oh, the
newbies.
Eddie Bauer.
992s.
Yeah, and I like the Reeboks too, actually.
Yeah, the classics, right? That was a slept on shoe for sure.
I know. Yeah, I tried.
They redid the Club C as well.
Yep.
All right, Coop. Let's play a little game. Last John, next John. We want to know what was the last John you copped at full retail, no employee discount, no flow, and then what's the next John you got your eye on that you're going to pull the trigger on once the next paycheck hits and you pay out all your daughter's dumb little expenses.
Oh God.
Last John.
Yeah. Merrill Hydromock slides.
Okay, what colorway?
The gray. The white.
Okay, nice.
You love a rubber house shoe.
Dude, the slides are sick. They're so ridiculous. They're literally the stupidest thing I've ever bought, but they're so
That's how you know they're good, bro.
I was like, these are real dumb.
What's the next John you got your sights on?
I actually need, what's funny is I need denim. I need jeans. Like I have just annihilated these APCs and
New standards, petite new standards. What are we rocking?
Petites and what's the wider one now? They have like a new wider, or they redid the fit. Maybe they just redid the fit on the petites, and it's like a little more straight leg. But I don't know. I'm kind of off. I think I'm off them now. So I like wish my old office was in Soho, and I would like go to blue and green, and then like
oh, nice. Yeah,
like I would just like stare and then be like, I'm gonna leave. I can't handle this right now.
I can't handle this on my lunch break.
Like, I'm rock hard. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
All right, cool. You're a man of
I know. So
taste.
recommendation. I mean, maybe style me help. Like
are you talking about raw denim? Are you trying to get raw?
I would have. I would have
red seams.
Yeah, I was, but I feel like I was done there, been there, done that, and like that shit's a little easier going than that.
Yeah, you don't have time for that shit anymore. You're
no, and I actually, you know what? It drove me fucking crazy. Like if you want to like punch my age card again, like Nom de Guerre, like original Nom de Guerre,
sure,
denim was like a thing heavy in my life, and like it would piss me off, like fucking sneakers up. Like I tried all the things, like the Scotch tape, the like
right.
It was bullshit because sneakers were also important at the time. So
we got to check out our guy.
James can go first.
316, obviously, our guy Andrew. Vintage Levi's.
Yep.
Just do that. And then, I mean, it's a sleeper, but Legace denim.
Yeah.
Chef
great dad jeans, which is good for you as a dad. Can't go wrong with Legace. And you're going to hate my answer, but honestly, the best jeans denim bang for your buck that I think is out there is a Supreme's slim denim. It's the perfect fit. It's a little even better than a vintage 501, and they do a wash salvage. He shut me off. I mean, I'm just saying, man, you asked and we shall receive, my G. But yeah.
Why the Supreme shade though?
No, I'm just.
I'm in the same boat. Okay, all right.
No, I'm just. I'm
all right. Well,
you know what, man? Like, I actually, I grew up with Supreme, right? Like, I spent my teenage years, right? Like, early mid '90s was like skipping school, going to the city as much as we possibly could to skate, like go hang out in front of Supreme, like try to like, you know, like marginal, like. Thanks Supreme. Hey, fuck, let's get out of here. And you know, like just like full, like just watching.
Exactly.
Yeah, just pussies from Connecticut. But
well, from Connecticut pussy is what you're saying. Connecticut pussy to Vancouver creative director.
Yeah.
You've clearly glowed up, leveled up.
A caterpillar into a butterfly.
Second ever CD of ARC. You are an arbiter of taste, a purveyor of the creme de la creme. So we want to know what you're fucking with and what you're not fucking with in this segment. We call fuck with, not fuck with.
It's a working title.
So maybe you can make a deck on what title we should use. First category, sneakers. What you prepared for this? So what sneakers are you fucking with currently?
I will forever fuck with 9.7s.
Okay.
I will forever. It's a lot of Nike, to be honest, but that's okay.
That's fine. What silver bullets or the gold joints?
Silver.
Okay.
OG. Terra Humaras, the blue and silver.
Hell yeah.
And then Baltoros as well. The first like ACG boot, or that wasn't the first, it was early. And then do you have a collection of vintage Nikes or a big sneaker collection? A little. I actually like cleaned it out. I went through a thing. So like when I left Philly and moved to California in like 2011, I guess, when I moved west.
So 10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago now. I'm fucking old. I got rid of everything. Like I deaded the whole.
Did you give it away? Did you sell it? What did you do? I
donated it to this charity called Kicks for Cancer. And I just like it was actually kind of crazy. I don't know what it was. I guess my friend was running it, and like it just was like, you know what, this feels like cathartic and good to do this.
Right, the right thing to do. Sure.
Selling shit, but like I had like for like the very first SB Dunks, like the Reese 4s, I had the Heinekens, like I had all that shit.
Damn, Heinekens, and you just don't like unworn.
Yeah, dead stock.
Wow, dude, you could have
paid for your daughter's college.
I know.
Bro, you fucking blew it. You idiots.
We'll see how it comes.
But you're a good guy, so you could at least sleep at night.
Yeah, karma got you this job.
Yeah, got you on this podcast, bro. Maybe you should double check that karma if you're talking of throwing fits.
Yep.
What's the Mount Rushmore of sneakers? Let's do the top 4 unranked all time. Be as specific as you want down to the colorway.
97s.
97s.
97s in silver. I think I'm gonna throw a bit of an audible in here because it's a bit of a cult fave, and it's so not on anyone's list in this regard. But half cab.
Okay,
that's half
sick.
cab. Yeah,
the Better Gift Shop half cabs that just came out are fucking fire.
Sick.
Yeah, great colorway.
Sick. I love them.
2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess. Fuck. Throw 9. I guess a 9.5.
Okay.
In the
2 Air Maxes, 2 slots. That's fair. Neon.
It's. How can you fuck with either of those?
Yeah. What 9.5s? Like what Chuck said, the neons that just got retroed or infrared? Okay, not infrared. What are the other big ones? Infrared is the other big colorway, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So neon 95s.
What's that last spot? What are you saying?
One more slot.
Who's your Abe?
No Jordans.
No, not a big Jordan guy. I like, actually, it kind of bothers me when people skate in Jordan 1s.
Really? So Lance Mountain, you're on notice, bitch.
Yeah. Which is funny because it's basically a dunk, but whatever.
Right.
We should throw a boot in there or something.
Yeah, we could talk. I mean, technically we're doing the sneaker Mount Rushmore, but we can just expand.
Oh yeah, right. You're right. Sneakers.
Please respect the sanctity of the parlor Rushmore.
Yeah. Maybe a okay. Now I'm like kind of scratching into New Balance territory.
That's fair. Big year for the New
boys at MB. 9. I don't know. 2 9s or 3 9s. What do you guys think? It's not really about what you think, is it?
No, this is you're the one who has to answer the question. So,
well, I'm also confusing them. So hold on now. So I guess it doesn't really hold that.
Yeah, make sure your numbers are right. I don't want to
say the wrong one. Yeah, 2 9s. Yeah.
Can I ask about Arc'teryx footwear? Like, what do you think of it, and how come it isn't really a part of the conversation when people are getting into like really kind of giant, like the Merrell? People are like love Merrell shit.
Yeah,
but not really the Arc footwear.
I don't think we've like gotten behind it hard enough yet. I think it's going to change. I think like there's actually some fucking. I almost wore them today because I probably should have to shout out my own shit a little more. Right. Easier, but yeah, we have some. There's actually a couple really sick.
There's heat coming.
Silhouettes. Yeah. The Arios Mid GTX, like they're super monochromatic. Like they're so cool. I think we put a little energy behind it. Like it'll be on the Solomon level for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if that's right, if the Solomon Sans has proved anything, and even like Hoka, the people want sneakers. There's things about sneakers even they easy. Love. Yeah, like comfort and fucking, all of the function that comes with the form, but they don't want to wear the same fucking 5 Nikes or Yeezys that are getting pushed. So I think that lane is fucking ready, dude.
The numbers behind it are crazy. Like when you start talking in pairs and like how many are you selling and how many?
Or like La Sportiva. Right, like there's so many I feel like cool under the radar fucking trail running. Are the Arc'teryx shoes for trail running or like hiking or anything?
Well, we have they run the gamut. So like there's the it's a little confusing because it's Arc'teryx and we love. Excuse me, be a little confusing. Chicken salad. So there's like the Norvans, which like encompass trail running, and then they like segue into hiking and like more technical boots. So like there's like cool trail running sneakers that like obviously you go do your trail running thing in for sure because that's like what it's made for, but like you could also do it like the LTs, like you could do them in the summer with a short and they're like really cool, kind of like a lower sneaker. The mid boots, like the Arios I was talking about, like they're all Gore-Tex, like they're completely impenetrable. They have a Vibram sole, but they're like not all goofy like a Hoka. So they're like, I feel like they're a little more wearable.
Sure.
And then you can like full flex into like the A-Crux like hiking boot and just like mud hole into someone's ass with them if you wanted to.
Dope.
serious. They're so sick.
All right, Coop, let's move on to the next category. I want want to hear about music. I know that your team is listening to fucking, like Black Finnish metal and just screaming at the moon. But what music are you currently fucking with? What tunes you banging?
I get a little lazy.
So just what, like top 40? Bieber's greatest hits.
So I have Taylor Swift and Bieber for you. Yeah,
I have a real one. So I listen to. Do you guys ever listen to Chances with Wolves?
No.
They have a show on East Village Radio. Like
R.I.P.
Yeah, and it's like 3 hours long.
Sure.
So it's like that's good, and it's like kind of a bit of a it's like cool guy, New Yorky, worldy kind of eclectic.
So that's how you'd stay up with like new shit.
There's nothing new about it.
Oh, nothing new. Just okay.
Oh yeah, new zero. I have zero.
No, okay, got it.
Awareness of like new. It's like just like weird, kind of like is sort of jazz, sort of world, sort of like you'll be like fucking Calypso Beatles cover. You're like, I'll take it, I guess. It's good like studio music.
Right. Yeah. Just like to kind of like focus on actual work and then have it some vibes in the background.
Studio vibes for sure. It's mostly studio vibes. My daughter has me heavy. Like I'm Baby a little shark. Monster, like I'm a fucking Gaga head now.
Oh shit.
Crazy.
Chromatica, classic.
Chromatica is sick.
All right.
Fuck. Don't even fucking hate on it, man. Like you like
people didn't like it.
I fucking love it. I don't know. Do people like it or no? I love it.
I think it was I haven't listened to it, but what I've heard is that it's a letdown because, and also like it kind of came out with a whimper.
Damn, what can't this pod tackle, man? We're the best.
Bullshit, man. It is fucking nuanced, man. There are like some sneaky drum and bass things. Like unless you were like into drum and bass, it might go over your head. You're like, oh,
that might be what it is. That it's like less like pop, than her other shit.
There's sneaky shit in there. My daughter
stop gatekeeping Lady Gaga, ladies and gentlemen.
Holler at me. She posted a sick photo of her like climbing this like Via Ferrata thing in Europe, and I was like, oh,
was she arced out?
No, she was dressed like a fucking idiot. Like
you got to get her some arc, dude.
Get her on.
I know. That's what I was saying. Like I was like, oh man, is she gonna try and be?
Once you take care of Jimmy and Larry, let's get in touch with Lady Gaga.
Besides like the field testers and ambassadors, are the ambassadors like is that flow team?
Yeah.
Have you come in and as creative director, you're like, yo, if we want to penetrate these like kind of other subcultures, like let's get fucking, this guy, this girl in this scene, that scene, some art?
A little less. So there's like a couple of funny like ways. So like our like true ambassadors are actually have like they get paid and like we make sure to like, I think support them from like an equitable point of view that makes sense. Like, that. We try to like not be users in that regard. And then there's like a pile of us like that could like, send people some things or, whatever. Like if we just feel like someone's fucking with something or whatever, like just hit, break people off, whatever. You guys for sure.
Love obviously. Being broken off.
Yeah, I know.
It's why we do what we do. It's not the money. It's not the love of the game. It's just fucking free jaunts.
The free garments.
Yeah, basically.
Not taxable.
Yeah. Okay, moving on from music. Yeah. What about film and TV? What are you and maybe the missus pouring into the fucking ears of the front of the face? Anything notable? Shows, film?
Yeah, the usual shit.
You were talking about Betty.
Yeah, Betty was cool. Euphoria was like weird. Like
yeah.
Good.
It's got to be
HBO. I'm so uncomfortable watching this.
Yeah,
like,
it's got to be tough as a dad. Like, yeah, for real, dude.
Like dad vibe was like,
oh God. Dad vibes at an all-time low.
Yeah.
Fan of the brand Drake EP of that show?
I haven't seen it.
No, Drake was an executive producer of Euphoria.
Oh, Drake was it? Yeah. Thank you.
Noted Arc'teryx ambassador, Champagne Poppy.
Totally. Yeah. I know.
What about? Do you watch Alone?
No.
It took place in your backyard, bro. It's like a Survivor show.
I keep hearing about this, and everyone's like, "No, it's cool.
It's sick."
I have to. I don't know. Like Queen's Gambit. We watch. I like The Crown.
Oh, sick.
Industry.
Okay,
get on it.
You're gonna have to get on that. That's a good one. What kind of gorp do they wear on that show, James? What are their vests? It's like
I think it's
Gonya.
I think it's Gonya. Yeah. Because it's mostly like the corp, corp. Yeah,
corp. It's big corp. It's iBankers in London, so they haven't,
Yeah. I've been watching Billions a little bit. Like,
ooh, and love that.
Yeah, Billions is pretty good. And it's like kind of funny. fintech bro. Fucking
Right.
Exactly.
Is there any all-time, as the creative director of Arc'teryx, are there any all-time Gorp flicks that people, if they want to dip their, like, I don't know, Grizzly Man, right, is the one that comes to mind for me. RIP to my guy, Timothy Treadwell, you know?
Free Solo.
Free Solo.
Like Cliffhanger.
Big gas.
Sick, right?
7 years in Tibet.
Big Gorp.
Yeah.
What are like the big climbing was like? What's a climbing move?
What's
like,
the shit with Chris O'Connell where it's like he has to like cut his dad free?
127 hours. Definitely fucking Gorp movie.
Yep. There's some shit, you know, it's I don't know. It's like 2000s.
Sick.
The Dawn Wall. Fuck with the Dawn Wall. No, what is that?
Oh, well,
Is that like an 80s movie?
it's like fully a fucking 80s, like comedy.
Every cliche.
Vertical limit in the year from the year 2000.
Oh, there you go.
Big.
No, you're Googling
Yes.
right now.
I know. All right, cool. Before we kick it the fuck out of here and get you started on the afters, which I forgot to mention, but that's our mini pod bonus episode that we're going to get you into. Look, man, I don't know if you need any more constructive criticism. Like you're literally on top of the world. You're at the top of the mountain. But we want to offer you up some CC.
Please.
Take it or leave it. We kind of know what we're doing, so I highly suggest you take it. We are the only podcast that matters.
Bless me, please.
First up, bro, Arc'teryx. I don't know if this is your doing and this is you trying to bring some youthful energy to the company, or maybe your daughter just accidentally did it on your iPhone, but there's an Arc'teryx TikTok. You don't have any viral videos yet, and you only have a few hundred followers. As the captain of the Throwing Fits TikTok, and we've gone viral several times and we have several thousand followers. Let us do a takeover.
That's an interesting idea.
Give us some jackets, give us a helicopter, give us some fucking snowboards or whatever.
Yeah. All we need is a helicopter and we'll go viral. We promise we'll crash that shit.
Yeah, you just stuffed it into the side of the.
Yeah. R.I.P. Kobe.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What do you think?
That's the first thing. So yeah, just consider it. I think that, you give us the keys for a day, do a little takeover. I can vouch for James. He is indeed a 34-year-old man who is on the platform quite a bunch. So
Go Shrubchinsky, stop DMing me. I'm 34.
yeah.
Wow. That's cool platform.
Yeah.
I know their demos, man.
Let's go. All right, Larry, what you got?
Well, I mean, listen, I don't know how many times you have to say it. Just let's get it out of the way early in constructive criticism. James and I are ready and willing to be put on Flow Team and basically, wear Arc'teryx on Instagram looking very handsome, looking very age appropriate, unlike TikTok. And we could do whatever you need us to do. It just requires free alphas.
Trade for DMAs or.
Ooh. We might be able to arrange that.
You like what you saw as a Gorpsman? You like what you saw there?
Yeah.
Okay. Respect, dude. See that's real, recognize real, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. I want to take it one level above Flow Team. Obviously, Flow Team, that's a given. That's why we did this pod. I want to be one of these fucking paid ambassadors that just paid to do fun shit wearing your clothes and giving feedback. However, I know that you're trying to make inroads into like the urban, less like pure Gorp and more kind of like weekend warrior market. Bro, I'll go to my bodega in a fucking Alpha and let you know how it holds up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That could be good. I mean, you're going to have to, there'd have to be like a late night situation.
Right.
Yes.
Some kind of, like you have to test it.
Can it withstand melted cheese from a chopped cheese?
Chopped cheese,
like that.
Still, like how does it handle the grease?
Garbage juice
Like
is
if you
spraying
spill
up.
a fucking banana nutriment down the front of it, does it stain?
Sure.
That
The
kind of
Budweiser wicked off perfectly. The Miller High Life had a little soakage.
Yeah. See, these are the kind of things that we'll do. And unlike Tom Sachs and Nike's fucking wear testing, like we want to keep the fucking jackets. That's
I know it's kind of bullshit, right? Like,
Are you fucking kidding me? I've said it before. I'll say it again. That's the most cucked hype beast loser shit. You're going to fucking do homework for Tom Sachs and Nike, and then you don't get paid and you got to give the fucking kicks back.
bullshit. Man.
No, honestly, if anyone who's doing that, stop. Please don't listen to this podcast. We don't want you.
Oh man.
That's tough. That's a tough look, man.
I
That's
really-
some Tom Sachs bullshit.
God damn it. I'm with you.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm with you because like I worked in the neighborhood. My office was around the corner from his studio. And like I was like, man, those fucking shoes are cool. Like it's a cool sneaker, right?
It is 100%. It's sick.
And those little fuckers would all wear them and be rolling around the neighborhood and doing all their shit and being like young,
right,
good looking, and in their prime in New York, and not giving a fuck about the sneakers that they have on their feet and respecting any of it. The whole thing. And I almost got shot by a model rocket riding the city in front of their thing. Yeah.
You could have sued for a free pair of sneakers.
Oh, I should have.
Give them back.
You know, a rocket?
Like when you're like walking and they're doing a movie or a film or something, and like the PA is like, hold on, can you please stop? And you're like, get the fuck out of here. I'm barging through this, fucking it up for everybody.
It's New York. I'm walking here.
Yeah, I'm walking here. And I pulled that move. I'm on the city bike, headed back to the train to go home. And they're like, stop. And I'm like, no, blow through. And like a fucking, like a model rocket just comes, like bounced off the thing in front of me. And they're like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Damn, dude. You almost got yopped by fucking Tom Sachs, dude.
No, it would have been a bigger moment than this.
Jesus Christ. Well,
I can't pale in comparison that like I got to like sue his endowment for
sure. I can't think of a worse way to go, to be honest. So thank God you're still with us. And
that said, I fuck with Tom Sachs.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Finally, I think that we've been throwing out a lot of good ideas about us getting free product and working with the brand. And I think really a great way that it could all culminate together is a press trip, just like a sponsored opportunity for James and I to create content, potentially die on like a Mount Everest or maybe Kilimanjaro, Mount Fuji, depending on, what the kind of travel budget is on your end. But yeah, I mean, we would love to have you guys foot the bill and we can get content that we can then put on Patreon and kind of double dip, you know what I'm saying? Get paid for it from you guys and then make people pay to watch it as well. Just something to think about.
Yeah. Run up our bar bill and then.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Another round on the house, baby. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Cooper, thank you for coming on to the only podcast that matters. Can you please plug your Instagram so the people that made it through can
for the love of God, bro, please.
W_CSEA_G.
I mean, we're going to tag you, thank God, in all of the marketing because please pick a more convoluted handle. What does it stand for?
It's my initials, WCG.
I am not very smart.
All right, Coop, thank you for coming on Throwing Fits, Chef. I'm going to need you to slap that good Gorp outro music.
That Lady Gaga, dude.
Am I still alive? Where am I cried? Who was it that pulled the trigger? Was it you or I? I'm completely numb. Why you acting dumb? I won't blame myself cause we both know you